I would describe my teaching style as interactive. I really seek to interact with the student and help the student to learn to interact with the material in a comfortable way. If you can't learn to interact with the material that you're working on and apply it, then you really struggle to learn it, right? So my goal when I'm working with a learner is to help them learn to feel comfortable with the material in such a way that they can use it for a wide range of things, and really find the connections between all of the different subjects that they have to learn on a daily basis. So like, how does algebra connect to physics, connect to electromagnetics? How do all of these concepts that you're learning actually connect with one another, and how can we apply them in multiple different ways? Um, I seek to uncover the material and really discuss. My favorite way of teaching is to get a discussion going and to really just dig into the material and find something that fascinates the student about that material so that we can make it more approachable for every student. Well, really digging into that application, I love to apply learning. Um, I love to take something and turn it into a bit of a challenge of, okay, let's you just learn this really cool algebra concept. So let's now walk over and let's apply that in something like sketching, or in something like uh, figuring out how far you can launch a Hot Wheels car down a staircase, and get it to fly off of a homemade cardboard ramp. So really, I try to find what's fun and fascinating about whatever material that I'm trying to present to the student, whether that is gardening or engineering or math or physics or any topic that I'm teaching. I really try to find what's fascinating in that topic and what really interests the student. One of my favorite moments was uh, actually this year in I was teaching a challenge course. And in that challenge course, I gave the students a challenge for paper airplanes. And I had a student bring in a circular paper airplane. And it flew really, really well, but none of the students could really explain why it flew that way. So we wound up for almost half of a class period having a full-blown discussion about the Magnus effect and how the Magnus effect applies to the flight of a football and applies to uh, baseballs, and how it's been applied in various different technologies to move ships and um, all over the place, and how it's really fascinating. We just got into this really deep conversation with a bunch of middle schoolers about these fluids and thermodynamics concepts that were really fairly complex, but the students actually understood it in a way that I had one student who wanted to go home and figure out how he could make a sailing ship that would actually do the same thing. Um, so that was probably favorite classroom moment in the last year. I love those kinds of moments. I love the opportunity for students to really kind of connect with something complex and realize that it's not really as complex as they think it is. It's actually something that happens every day in their daily lives. I did have students come back from that discussion talking about how they could see the Magnus effect they were playing football with their friends and they just thought about our conversation, and that was super cool.
If you have any questions, feel free to click the message button just to the left and ask away. We are always happy to help parents and caregivers find the perfect fit for their learners.